Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the CTKS Method. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back CTKS family. My goal is to assist you in becoming more of a financial and emotional blessing to yourself and those you love through positive excellence. If you like the content, please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. We have one of the best communities on YouTube. We look forward to welcoming you into our global family. There are a lot of free resources on ctksmethod.org. The link is in the description of this video. Let's see where the markets are going in the next 24 hours. And let's run the numbers. I'm going to be awarding a select few with a partial scholarship to the Profiting from CTKS Method structure course. This course helps you to act like a professional. It gets your mindset correct. It allows you to understand how the market, momentum and direction are shifting, predicting tops and bottoms across the cheat sheet. In week 3, you'll look across my shoulder, over my shoulder, to see how I look at the markets and make decisions, how I take profits, how I go in and out of trades. In week 4, which is a vitally important week, you'll learn how to keep your hard-earned money that you've made. And there's a lot more to it. If you're interested in this partial scholarship, please reach out and directly message me on LinkedIn. And I'll be talking about it a little more as we go through today's video because it's so valuable to you. It's incredibly valuable. And it comes with so many different resources as well. Recently, I updated my banner and description on X. In response, AI suspended my account. I've reached out to appeal, but from what I've been told, if you pay more money, you can actually contact support. Or that is, they'll contact you back. I'd like to thank the many people inside our community who have reached out and connected up with me on LinkedIn. Staying in contact is just so fantastic. And one thing to note, LinkedIn actually has 1 billion people on its system. It actually has over 1.15 billion users. And the discussions on LinkedIn are very respectful, unlike X/Twitter, where they can get pretty heated. And the beautiful thing that I've seen about LinkedIn, the scammers are just not there. On X, they're everywhere. If you're serious about social networking, I suggest you get on LinkedIn if you're not there already. And please reach out and contact me. Across the weekend, Bitcoin has been selling down. The key is what are the structural levels that we need to keep our eye on. If we mark up the chart with level 1 and level 2 standard certification, we can see, hang on a sec, I'll just pop some levels on for you. Okay, that's a little bit better. We can see that price is currently 98,502. It's just broken through the 98,384 level of structure. It's a little bit early to say if this is structural support or structural resistance at the current time. We can see that we're in a bit of a negative downtrend at the current time. And this is largely to do with tariffs placed on Mexico, Canada, and China. I talked about this in yesterday's video. One thing that we can see here, if we can get above 99,305 and that 99,534, we can confirm a bullish case momentum. However, if we start to lose this 98,384 and then lose the 96,493, that confirms bearish price action. And for the members of the service, Bitcoin's levels have been released for this month as well as total. To update the chart is really easy. Just right-click here on the text and if you've not updated it, you'll have an update source code or update this script. Just looking at the top cryptos and observing Bitcoin's directional price momentum, we can see that no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. Over this period of time, Trump is down over 26%. Bitcoin is down nearly 7%. One thing to understand, when it becomes alt season, what actually occurs is money rotates out of Bitcoin into the alts. But the gravity is still there. It is there, it is always there. All that occurs, it just over-accentuates the positive side momentum and under-accentuates the negative side momentum. That's in the alt season. And you can see here what's happening with Bitcoin at the current time. We're down around 7%. But however, the alts are down a lot more because they overextend the negative, not the positive in these cases. It's kind of like the inverse of alt season. What has caused this big sell-off inside the crypto market as well as Bitcoin? To answer that question, we look at the cheat sheet. And when looking at row 1, which is the VIX, the DXY, dollar yen, the 10-year, the 2-year, and oil, we can see something that stands out like hell. What we've seen recently is the VIX spiking up on fears of a trade war. This has led to upward price surges in the DXY and also the 10-year as well as the 2-year. You can see currently oil is also spiking up. Row 1 has a negative directional correlation or an inverse directional correlation with the crypto market. So as we just flip across all of these things to an inverted scale, what do we see? We can see a lot of follow through with the VIX. The VIX gives a very good signal on where the crypto market could be going from an inverted perspective. And you can also see that the 10-year and also the 2-year are quite good. If we get a strengthening US dollar, that is bad for the crypto market and for Bitcoin. But it's also bad for the stock market. When the VIX shoots up, it means the stock prices are declining across the board. You can use Bitcoin, which trades 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to sniff out risk sentiment, either positive or negative, inside the stock market. And also, it gives you an idea of what commodities and forex pairs are doing as well. Just keep in mind, you need to look across all the different rows of the cheat sheet. Preparing for volatility is what we do as a community. Looking at row 2 of the cheat sheet, which are junk bonds, the euro dollar, the Aussie dollar, gold, silver, and copper, we've noted that junk bonds have been going the inversion way of the VIX. Junk bonds tend to throw a fairly good signal across the crypto market as well as the stock market. We've seen gold rally on safe haven flight news, but one of the things to understand, when you look at Bitcoin, it is not really a safe haven. It's not really digital gold just yet. It's more akin to a tech stock. Now, what does that mean? It means that Bitcoin and the totality of the crypto market tend to follow the major indices. If we see continuation of negative slides on junk bond, the euro dollar, the Aussie dollar, copper, silver, and gold, that doesn't go well for the stock market or for crypto. I discuss these different rows. In fact, this is a template from the Profiting from CTKS Method structure course. I discuss this in detail inside the course. Looking into row 3, which are the major market indices, the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, the Dow, and the Russell, the blue line again is Bitcoin. And what are we seeing? In terms of directional association, directional correlation between Bitcoin and the stock market, it's following the S&P 500. What about the Nasdaq? Is it following the up and down price momentum of the Nasdaq? Yes, it is. What about the Dow Jones Industrial? Is it following the up and down price action of that? Yes, it is. What about the Russell 2000? You can see clearly it is. Now, what does this mean? It means if there's a fall off inside the stock market, crypto will go with it. And it also means exactly the opposite. If we see a retracement and then a wave up, crypto is going with that as well. I hear a lot of people say that the crypto market has nothing to do with the stock market. This is row 4, which is Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla. The blue line is Bitcoin. Look at the blue line. across Nvidia, across Microsoft. What about MicroStrategy, of course? Tesla, Apple. What does it actually mean? Bitcoin will give you an incredible insight into what the stock market will do or is doing. When looking at row 5, which is the crypto market, total crypto market cap, Bitcoin and Ethereum, we covered MicroStrategy in the stock market charts. What you'll notice here is the indicator for total crypto market cap. It has a little purple line there, or a little purple recycle signal. So all you need to do is to go to the background of that, just right click and update this script. This will give you the latest lines for this month, and you can do the same for Bitcoin. It's very important to have the latest lines. You can grab all of these templates from the Profiting from CTKS Method structure course. We can see that the crypto market has been coming down recently. It has been really badly hit in the past 24 hours. When looking at row 6 of the cheat sheet, which is Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Binance Coin, and Ethereum Classic, we can see no alt can escape the gravity of Bitcoin. This is the way it is within the crypto market. But we also know Bitcoin cannot escape from the stock market's gravity either. Looking into row 7, which is ADA, Solana, Dogecoin, and XRP, you can see the directional momentum of Bitcoin. The blue line shows you where ADA is going. It shows you where Solana is going, shows you where Doge is going, including the ups and downs of Doge. And what about XRP? Yes, it shows you that as well. It's incredibly important to understand Bitcoin's role in the crypto ecosystem. It is much, much more central than most people think. This is why inside the masterclass and inside all of the things that we do as a community, we have so many different rules. Rule 45 is an incredibly important rule. No alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. Therefore, what is an alt? It's everything in the crypto market aside from Bitcoin. As Bitcoin moves up and down, so too does the entire crypto market. You saw it playing out right across the board. It's very advisable to keep your eyes on the meme tokens because the memes are very, very sensitive to risk on or risk off sentiment. And one of the things that you might like to know, Pepe has been released as an extended level indicator for this month. Extended levels inside of Pepe, you can see 97% down and nearly 3,000% up. That is a lot of extension. The crypto market is incredibly forgiving. For example, if you were buying Dogecoin as it came down to here, you would have done pretty well if you were applying the CTKS method. Of course, if you are investing in Dogecoin, you can use the structural levels to layer in as a superior form of dollar cost averaging. Right now, the Memecoins are explaining to us that the crypto market is under a degree of stress. And it's quite a degree of stress, as we've seen in previous times. But always remember, no matter what's happening, there's always opportunities inside the markets. One of the things that we excel at as a community is buying on red and selling on green. Buying on red and selling on green. We do this with a systematic approach. You can profit in any market condition. And previously, we saw that Trump was quite down. It was down considerably, but that doesn't mean that you can't profit along the path. You can. Always remember, everything you want is on the other side of fear. I posted this little thing into the Positive Excellence community on YouTube. One thing to always remember, life is all about courage. It's about reasoned action in the face of fear. One thing that you can always do, you can control your reaction to fear, and you will need to. And if you haven't done so already, please pop across to LinkedIn and join up to the Positive Excellence group. Where could Bitcoin, and therefore crypto, and therefore the stock market, and therefore commodities and Forex go in the next 24 hours? by looking at Bitcoin. This is what I teach you inside the Profiting from CTKS Method structure course, how to look through the charts and see other charts behind this chart. It is a very professional way to do things, but it is so incredibly profitable. We know that 98,384 has confirmed itself as structural resistance. We had a structural failure here. This has created negative structural attraction to the 96,493. One thing that you will want to just observe, this area is a little weak. This area could act as support around that 97,500 mark or 97,300 mark. Sorry about that. So if we start to get down through here and we see continued weakness, we could shoot through this 96,493 down to 94,574. That is a negative bearish case sentiment. What about a bullish case sentiment? We could actually find support around this level, around the 97,000, and therefore come back up to retest this 98,384. If we manage to get above, we've got the 99,305, 99,534 to contend with. But if we get above that, we've got clear sailing almost up to 102. Just remember, the mainstream media news has you thinking that everything must go down, it's going to plummet, it's 1929, it's the GFC, it's everything rolled together, it's your worst financial nightmare. But what if that is incorrect and structure rules the financial universe instead? Because it does. These levels are very, very powerful, and that's why using the CTKS method, we don't go all in and more at one particular area, because you never know where that price wave is going to go, aside from a structural level. But structure can fail, so that's why we mitigate our risk as much as possible. Therefore, if you're a long-term investor, you must be aware of where the structure is inside the markets, because you can buy there. And we see it all the time. Structure is so incredibly powerful. It's the most powerful thing you'll ever understand inside financial markets. The thing to keep your eye on in the next 24 hours is definitely the futures of the major market indices. When the futures are selling down, that's going to throw negative price momentum, not only on the crypto market, of course, through Bitcoin, but other global financial markets. So it's very important to keep your eyes open and your consciousness aware of how everything is intercorrelated and interconnected. I do really deep dives on this in the Profiting from CTKS Method structure course. Thank you again to everybody who's reached out and connected with me on LinkedIn. It's just so beautiful. And hopefully those people on X who think that LinkedIn is just for, I don't know, professionals. It's for 1.13 billion people. And it's a really supportive and non-toxic environment, unlike X. And I think Let Me Know Barry with all of his memes could do incredibly well on LinkedIn. And so can you. Please reach out and make contact with me at linkedin.com/in/Ken Stanfield. The link is in the description of this video. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and I definitely look forward to catching up with you again on LinkedIn. Bye for now.